Ladies and gentlemen, I come to you with much distress this evening. One of my fellow Scientologists and favorite television actors, Danny Masterson, has been convicted of rape and sentenced to serve the rest of his life in prison or 30 years, whichever comes first. And this is really hard for us Scientology bros because part of my inspiration in joining the Church of Scientology, other than the fact that we do get free sandwiches at meetings, was the star-studded cast of other Scientologists like Tom Cruise, John Travolta, and of course, Danny Masterson. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is not an apology for Danny's horrific rapes. I'm not going to come up here and pull an Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis by making a hostage video saying I would let Danny around my children. Forget about that. I wouldn't let Danny near my daughter, a child, or even a prostitute for that matter. The dude straight up raped some women, which is very bad, and I'm very anti-rape. So I guess my whole point with this monologue is that please don't let Danny Masterson's rape charge dissuade you from joining the Church of Scientology. And I'm sure you're looking into L. Ron Hubbard's past, our creator and leader, but please don't do that because you need to pay us, the Church of Scientology, for that information and knowledge. So please consider joining Scientology today. We're not all rapists, just some of us are rapists. And some of us worship black magic and the occult like L. Ron Hubbard did. But overall, everybody in Scientology is pretty chill. And once you sign a billion-year contract in the Sea Org, you don't get paid, but you do get free sandwiches twice a day in the L. Ron Hubbard Scientology cafeteria. Although this is bad that Danny is going to jail, I'm happy that he's able to spread the gospel of Scientology to all the other inmates so that they can also go clear and feel the power of the volcano erupting. Now let's start the show.
I'm so fly, I'm aligned with the planes. My grind so refined, I got no time for no games. Ask yourself why would I make time for you lames? At all costs, cause I'm a boss. But break them off, yeah, gotta break them off.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Prime Time with Alex Stein. I'm your host, Alex Stein, and we have an incredible show for you this evening. We have independent investigative journalist Laura Loomer on to tell us about some of her great investigative journalism where she went and confronted some neo-Nazis out in Orlando, Florida. But before we get into Laura and we get into the truth about Tower 7 and 9/11, I want to welcome on, she's one of the biggest female golf influencers in the world. She's a model. She's worked for a famous company called Honey Birdette that she quit because Honey Birdette started to put female thongs on transgender men. Welcome on the one, the only Bri Teresi. Bree, welcome to the show.
Hi, Alex. How are you?
I'm doing better now. For all the chat rats that are watching this, guys, I got Bri Teresi. We have a 98% male skewing audience, Bree. And I'm dying for viewers and support. So I said, listen, I'm going to get the hottest girl that I personally know. Her name is Bri Teresi to come on this show, Bree. So everything's riding on you. No pressure whatsoever.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I've been a fan of you for a very, very long time.
Please talk more about that.
Yeah, I slid into your DMs.
Jimmy! Show me right now! Show me, Jimmy!
She said, hello, I'm a Fed. Let's take down Alex.
No, she's not a federal informant, Jimmy. She slid in my DMs, all right, Jimmy? So
yeah.
I just want that written for the, canon of my life. In my autobiography, Bri Teresi, guest jeans model. Oh, and you know who else was a guest jeans model? Anna Nicole Smith.
She was.
Ooh.
And I loved Anna Nicole Smith. She was one of my favorite people.
Makes sense.
Did you ever watch her reality show?
Yeah, it was actually really good.
It was one of the. It was
really,
like
really
the forefront. Okay,
Yeah.
Jimmy, do you even know who Anna Nicole Smith is?
Yeah, she died of an overdose and married a guy 60 years older than her.
60 years older, I think.
The only thing we have in common is guest jeans.
Yeah, well, maybe more than that. You never know. You're both beautiful blondes. She was an actress. Have you ever acted?
A little bit.
Model?
Yeah, maybe.
Anna Nicole. Listen, we love Anna Nicole Smith. She's iconic, so I'm not saying that.
No, she is iconic.
I'm not saying that as a dig. Jimmy, what are you trying to do What are you trying to do right now? Distract me?
Show her Instagram and distract you.
Yeah, I know. She has millions of followers on there, Jimmy. We get it. We're using her for clout. I don't want her to know this, Jimmy. We're trying to conceal that.
No, it's more of like, we can be there, Alex. We can get there.
Wait,
like,
Alex, do you play golf?
I quit playing golf because of, long story short, when I was a baby, I was in a fire, okay?
Oh my gosh.
And a firefighter saved my life, but the same firefighter that saved my life also molested me.
Oh my God. What does that have to do with golf?
Well, I really liked the firefighter because he saved my life, but I was also very mad at him because of the sexual assault that he did to me. and he was a big golf fan. He loved golf.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think we should have a 9-hole match.
Wow, Jimmy, what does that mean? I don't understand golf. Is that good or bad? 9 holes. I thought it's 18.
That's a lot of holes.
I don't think you can handle
I only need
18.
3. Aha, hit the button bump. And if you want to know this, that's a mouth, that's a vaginal, and that's the
Belly button.
Can you insert a belly button? I don't know if that's
No,
mine.
that's where babies come from.
Hey, do not tell people where babies come from. This is a child show. We don't want to reveal that because I actually get on to a lot of people. It's funny you say that. Guys, at the end of the show, I'm going to be playing my Plano City Council meeting where I yelled at him, and I got in trouble, Bree, because I called out the sexualization of children in schools, and I said, hey, why are all these teachers teaching kids about masturbation? And they cut me off. So we don't want to teach kids too much about sex and stuff. So
No,
kids,
yeah, I'm not for that.
no, kids, do not have sex. Just play video games. Your penis is...
And teachers shouldn't be teaching kindergartners about that.
Of course
Yeah.
not. But that is why I did get a job as a substitute teacher. You know, I got fired as a substitute teacher for teaching students about CRT.
Oh.
I would make the white kids pick cotton, and they said that was bad. And I said, listen, I didn't make the black kids pick cotton. I don't know why this is racist. This is reverse racism. And I got fired. So Dallas Independent School District, you will be hearing from my lawyer.
Also, we just got a $50 super chat.
What? From who? What did they say? $50?
Our buddy Matthew Adams, he's the nicest human alive. You know,
Thank you, Matthew.
he bought some gifts off my baby registry. I'm not even kidding. He sent me a nice
Matthew,
letter.
return those
Thank
gifts.
you, Matthew.
Oh, actually, no, let's talk about that. Jimmy, you know the guy, Jimmy, my producer, have you been talking to him at all, Bree?
Yeah, he's very lovely.
Yeah, no, he's not. He barely passed gay conversion therapy school. He got a D. And somehow he got a wife
Oh my
and knocked her
gosh.
up.
Yeah.
And because his semen is so weak, he's having a girl baby. So
I think he's doing a little better than you. I mean, I don't think you have a wife and you don't have a baby.
First of all, I have Bri Teresi sliding in my DM, so I'm doing better than Jimmy will ever do, first and foremost. Jimmy will never, and not in a million years will you ever have a woman as fine 99 as Bri Teresi ever sending you an unsolicited direct message on any social media platform ever. Do you understand that, Jimmy?
Can you say it a little louder?
Okay, that's very funny because I
You're
was
kind of
yelling.
hurting my ear
I
a little
apologize.
bit.
Well, let's read this $50 super chat real quick. Great job to Laura Loomer exposing the American-trained neo-Nazis that were shipped off to Ukraine for combat experience and are now deployed on our streets. We need to support Laura for the hard work she does. Thanks to Alex for having her on. Well, we're going to discuss that and get into the
Yeah,
journalism.
Jimmy, okay, first of all, if Laura's watching this, Jimmy, you are about to get your head ripped off. I'm pro Laura Loomer.
you
I
wanna
think
see a
Bree
little-
is very
little
pro Laura Loomer.
preview? Little
I mean, she's a
preview?
huge.
Wait, put on the shirt now, or why are you waiting to put the shirt on? Put it on right now.
Well, it was
Yeah,
going
we
to be a
have some Ron
surprise, but you kind of
DeSantis
gave it
people
away. Hold
in
on.
this room.
Yeah, Ron DeSantis. Did you know Ron DeSantis?
$20 super chat.
What? $20 super chat, and they said,
Alex, ask Bree if she likes to play around on the 19th hole. What's that mean?
what does that mean, Bree? What does that mean? I'm not a big golfer.
So there's 18 holes in golf. The 19th hole is.
What hole? I don't know. I'm not a golfer.
It's the nostril.
The nostril hole, Jimmy. I feel, Jimmy, I don't usually get nervous in front of women, but when she said 19th hole and smiled, I got like butterflies, so I'm a little nervous. Jimmy.
I would have winked, but I'm like a very awkward winker.
I'm just an awkward
Let's see,
person.
can I see
I
your
have
wink?
autism.
Yeah, my wink is not.
That looks like a
much better.
vaccine injury.
Do not say that every vaccine is safe and effective.
Alex,
Jimmy, no.
I have a legitimate question. Are you, you're not vaccinated? You're good.
No, I am. I have Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson. First of all, we love the vaccine here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Fauci, for giving me that ouchie. Yes, Bree, and viral shedding, all that stuff they talk about on the news, it's fake. We love the vaccine, and we love Dr. Fauci. So, yes, that to answer your question is...
I have 50 booster shots. So
Okay, good.
Win.
Bree is boosted, you
Yeah.
can tell.
I'm actually, I'm sponsored by Pfizer.
Wow, that's a big-time sponsorship. Costs a lot of money, guys, a lot of Instagram followers. That's not cheap. So, Pfizer... bringing in the big bucks, getting the good influencers. Okay, now we got to do the stupid caption contest Jimmy always puts
I
up.
love the caption contest.
I hate the caption contest. Everybody's making fun of the caption contest. They're saying, oh, there's not a picture of the caption next to the picture, so I don't even know what it's referencing.
I fixed it.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Ooh, look at this. This is BTB. We call her Big Titty Bridget.
She's breastfeeding.
She is breastfeeding an African-American baby. They love milk. Everybody loves milk. The baby, not the race. Okay, so this is the picture you chose, Jimmy?
Yeah, it's great.
Hi. Remember when we went to Jamaica? And yes, the reefer was madness. Yes, it was.
Okay, it's a guy and a girl talking.
That sucked, Jimmy. Okay, next
That
one.
was pretty good.
Wrote
That was caption
one.
one. Okay, from Jeff M5056. Whether his wife is taking care of his child or having sex, Alex's position is the same, sitting in the chair in the corner.
Because my wife and her boyfriend had a baby together. That's so funny, making fun of my cuckolding heritage. No, that's not. Next. Don't block Jeff.
All right, number 3, feeding baby Darius clone, making baby Darius strong.
I like that. Now that one I can vibe with. Who said that? Conspiracy Stacker 29? You're winning. All right, next one.
All right, number 4. We are happy to announce that we have adopted one of Angelina Jolie's babies.
Now that's
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Slacker
That was a good one.
690.
That was good. Even Bree liked it. So who did that with Slacker 69? What does 69 mean, Bree?
I don't know.
I know.
Number before
I know what it means. It's when you go like. We'll get into it later. Okay, all right, guys. You choose 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which caption was the best? All right, I like the Angelina Jolie one. All right, next, guys. Come on set, White Darius and Big Nasty. Now, folks, we want to start off the show by saying happy belated 9/11. It was my favorite holiday is 9/11, Bree. It's one of the most important days in our history, and every year when we go to celebrate it, for me, it's
Focus.
guys, can
I
y'all
thought
shut
January
the hell
6th was.
I love J6. I actually stormed the Capitol. You guys shut the hell up while we're trying to talk to Bree. That's what I like. When I tell you to shut up and each of you just shut up. Okay, thank you. Gosh, Bree, does it make me look bad, Bree, when I yell at my crew, or should I be nicer to them? What's your personal opinion?
I think you're a little crazy.
Bree
Like
said-
good crazy,
Good
but also
crazy.
kind of mean.
Bree said I'm lovely.
I could be a lot meaner, Bree. This is actually like a level 2 meanness, and I can go up to level 99, so.
I want to see it.
Okay, well, you're going to see it soon. All right, folks, now let me stand up. The terrible terror attacks that happened on September 11th, 2001 have been misconstrued by the media in order to cause you to be in a constant state of fear using a method called trauma-based mind control. If the federal government wanted you to know the truth about 9/11, they would not have redacted 28 pages from the 9/11 Commission report. So luckily, you have this show, Prime Time with Alex Stein, with your host, Alex Stein, and Bri Teresi, to give you the cold, hard facts and the truth on what really happened on that fateful morning of September 11th, 2001. Now, right now, you see Big Nasty. He will be playing the South Tower. Say what's up.
What's up, man? How everybody doing tonight? Got a great show for you guys tonight.
No, just talk like the South Tower.
Towers
like-
don't talk.
Yeah, or no, he can talk. When you fall down, I want you to talk. Okay, now, this is the North Tower. What do you want to say, North Tower?
North Side, what's up?
See, that was good. That was very good. That's the North Tower.
Steel beam. Beaming. Beaming.
Okay, that's the North Tower. So, this is the fateful, lovely Tower 7. This is my favorite tower. It was a 47-story building. Now, to some people, you'd say, oh, 47 stories, it's not that tall. Yet, it would be the tallest building in over 38 states. And this, yes, and this building is one of the most important buildings when it comes to 9/11 truth. So you're going to see the official story today, right now. Let me get this. Because we forgot to make these, will you please fold this into a paper airplane? Because we forgot to make these before the show started. Okay, I think you go like this. Jimmy, why didn't you fold these paper airplanes before?
Because those are notes for the show.
And
that
I'm
should
going to
not be
have to grab
folded.
them back and use them, okay? Gosh, Jimmy, yeah. Jimmy's mad. Jimmy made notes. Oh, I'm Jimmy. I'm going to make you show notes to make your show better. Here. Oh, shut up, Jimmy. This is my show. If I want it to suck, it'll suck.
All right.
Okay, so now, did you fold your paper airplane?
Yeah, one second.
Okay, I'm going to be Muhammad Atta. Muhammad Atta was the ringleader. He was in the first American Airlines plane to hit the South Tower. This is Bree. She's going to be, I think it's Mulak Hamad Fared. I forget. It's hard to say his name, but he was the ringleader of the second plane. So I'm going to hit one tower, and then Muhammad Khalakul, I want you to hit the second tower. Oh, and then I also need one other tool. All right, folks, we're starting the reenactment of the official story of 9/11, but this is the true story. So please, Sam, we might need to show all three, Sam, for reference. Okay, I'm gonna throw. This is representing the first plane. I'm Muhammad Atta. Ah! Ah!
at them. Don't aim it at them. Don't aim it. No, seriously, don't do that.
Jimmy, this thing broke. Jimmy, the confetti cannon broke.
Okay, I'm glad.
Crap. I think I got it.
Other side.
Oh, look at all this debris. Look.
And this is an official news report. Building 7 has fallen.
It hasn't fallen yet. Building 7 hasn't.
No, but we're reporting that it has, even though it really hasn't. Because this is all planned.
Oh my gosh, Tower 7 didn't even get hit with debris and fell. How? It was
Just melted.
It was a controlled demolition. Larry Silverstein knew the whole time.
Love Mountain Dew in America.
So the truth is, Tower 7 was the headquarters for the FBI, CIA, and NSA that was running operations, black operations, on bringing down the Twin Towers so they could start a never-ending war in the Middle East and kill millions of Muslims for weapons of mass destruction that did not exist. Tower 7! Google it if you don't believe me. All right, Jimmy.
Great job.
And
Scene.
All right, now. Is Laura ready?
We have to do the merch ad read first.
Jimmy, guys, chat rats, all you freaking rats in the chat, they've been telling me that you guys aren't buying my crap. I talked to the people at the Blaze. I talked to the people that run the merch store. We've only sold 17 chat rat shirts. I know there's more than 17 chat rats in the chat right now.
Can I have a shirt?
Yes, we'll get you a shirt, even though it's going to be a wet t-shirt contest. But no, do not say that, Jimmy. Do not make wet t-shirt contest jokes.
No more
Jimmy.
wet t-shirt jokes.
Do not let me make those jokes.
I'm
please.
sorry.
But yes, you will get a free shirt. No wet t-shirt contest. Jimmy, idiot. Okay, so guys, go to pimponablimpshop.com. Make sure to pick up your chat rat merch and be proud to be a rat. Be proud to chat and be proud to be a pimp on a blimp. Because guys, life is short. We got to have fun. We got to fly high. And the only way and best way to do that is with some pimponablimpshop.com merch of your boy Primetime 99 Alex Stein. Okay, all right. Enough of that.
Before we start, $20 super chat just came in. What's up, everybody? California misses you guys. Ronnie from California.
Ronnie from Cali.
Hello, Ronnie. Where in California are you from?
Yeah, Ronnie. Get another $20 super chat. We'll answer where you're from, and Bree will.
Make it $100 and we'll answer.
Yes. Ooh, I like that, Bree. Money.
Upselling.
All right, now is famous Laura Loomer ready, Jimmy?
Can I have my Ron DeSantis merch?
No, not yet. Do we have it? Do we have any? Okay, now we welcome on legendary investigative journalist. She's not only incredibly fierce, but she's also Ron DeSantis' biggest supporter, the one, the only, Laura Loomer. Laura, welcome to the show, Laura.
Thanks for having me.
Laura, I'm a big fan. I feel like our relationship kind of got off to a hot start a little bit, or kind of a rough start, because what I do is kind of similar to what you do. We both confront politicians, and let's be honest, everybody has their different methodologies in doing this. It's not easy to put a camera in somebody's face, whether you want to say something serious or something goofy, but I just want to start off by saying I respect your work. I think it's great. I love when you call out AOC, and I love when you call out McCarthy. You go after MTG, which don't do that. That's my girl. Me and Marjorie, we have a big backstory. You know about those rumors, so do not go after my ex, Marjorie Taylor Greene, like that, Laura. But no, I'm kidding. You can go after whoever you want. My point being is you're fearless. It's actually hard, whether it's Dan Crenshaw or Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, I've gone after Crenshaw. It's not easy going after congressmen. So what motivates you to call these people out to their face, Laura?
Well, thank you so much for having me on, and I really appreciate that. We have to hold people accountable, whether it's people on our own side in the Republican Party or people on the left. It's one big uniparty, and I feel like we're never really going to have effective change or real leadership in our country unless we hold people on both sides of the political aisle accountable. And it's incredible, and I think that you would agree with me because I see the way that you have such ease in confronting these people on their way to work at the Capitol. And it's incredibly easy to do this, right? Politicians are incredibly accessible. And when I first started loomering people, I thought that it was going to be very difficult to track these people down. But I've put a camera in front of Hillary Clinton's face, James Comey's face, AOC, Ilhan Omar, so many people, as you know, and I just encourage other people to do the same.
Oh, that's my famous one when you called that lesbian out, Bill Mitchell, and he said, oh, she works for Hillary Clinton. It's like, yeah, you were doing private work for Project Veritas, undercover journalism, which Bill has probably never done in his life. But Explain that, what you did for Project Veritas and why you have those pictures with Hillary and how you got her.
I have photos with all types of Democrat politicians, including Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Huma Abedin, Chelsea Clinton. I even have a photo with Al Sharpton. And it's because I used to do undercover investigative journalism during my time at Project Veritas. And so I was embedded undercover in the Hillary Clinton campaign for several years. When I was working for Project Veritas for several years, from 2015 to 2016, when she filed to run for president. And I had multiple identities, right, throughout the state of New York, throughout the state of Nevada and Iowa, New Hampshire, and key states, right, just undercover exposing her and her corruption and the fraud in her campaign.
Yeah, and I love your work. That was incredible, that you even got that close to the DNC like that. And now you've kind of honestly become an operative calling out the rhinos on the right. So it's funny how that training kind of gave you what I gave it. I guess it kind of got you ready to call out like the Speaker McCarthy's and all the rhinos on the right. So are you more motivated to go after the left-wing people like AOC or the right-wing people that are just kind of lie to us and say, oh, I'm conservative, yet, like you said, they're really a uniparty member?
I spent 10 years going after the left, right? And I think that I did a lot to expose the Democrats, and we all know what the Democrats stand for. But I find it a more valuable use of my time these days confronting Republicans and going after the right, because they're supposed to be on our side, right? We identify as right-wingers, I'd say, but we already know what the Democrats stand for. But the worst part about the Republican Party is they tell you what you want to hear to your face to get your vote, and then they come up behind you and they stab you in your jugular, right, when you're not looking. And so I think that it's more admirable, right, to have a front-facing enemy like a Democrat who is going to tell you exactly what they stand for. And when I say enemy, I'm saying that their ideology is completely opposed to the values that I believe in or the values that you believe in. But wouldn't you rather, be face-to-face with a Democrat and you know where they stand and you know where the boundaries are between you and that other individual, as opposed to a Republican who's just lying to you, right? And that's what we deal with every single day in the Republican Party, and it's why I go after people like Marjorie, as you said in the beginning, because
don't go after my girl, Laura. Okay, sorry, go ahead. What are you saying?
But I go after everybody. I'm just tired of people lying to get elected to office and running on campaign promises of breaking up the establishment or breaking up the uniparty, only to turn around and screw us all over simply because they want to join the club. As George Carlin once said, right? It's one big party and we're just not a part of it. And so many people go to Washington and they just can't resist not being a member of the club. And they sell their souls out. They sell themselves out to the uniparty.
Oh, you're right. It's about integrity. And so my other in-studio guest, this is Bri Teresi, and she's actually a very well-known model. She was modeling for a company called Honey Burdette, and she's a lingerie model, beautiful woman, turned down a lot of money because they hired a guy with a wiener to model the same stuff that a beautiful woman is supposed to be wearing. And so she has more integrity. I'm saying a model has more integrity than any of these politicians in D.C. And I mean that with respect. I don't mean that disrespectful.
I do have a question for you, Laura. I really appreciate everything you're doing. You're fighting the good battle that, unfortunately, these politicians aren't. So my question for you, I live in Florida. I moved to Florida from California, and obviously I know you don't like Ron DeSantis. I'm not a fan of him either. My question for you is, do you think he was a party plant, or do you believe that he was just offered a bunch of money recently and eventually crossed over to the dark side and, joined the uniparty?
Great question.
I think that it's a mixture of both. I think that we obviously have evidence that Ron DeSantis received a lot of money because he had a private meeting with Rupert Murdoch, who, of course, is the owner of Fox News and the New York Post and the Wall Street Journal. And just months before officially filing to run for president, Ron DeSantis signed a multi-million-dollar book deal with HarperCollins Publishing, which is the publishing company owned by Rupert Murdoch. And of course, he used that book tour to deceptively and illegally run a shadow presidential campaign in violation of Florida's Resign to Run law. And so you have the financial element of it. But then also, I do believe that he is a Trojan horse. I do believe that he is a Manchurian candidate who's been groomed by the deep state, dating back to his time working, overseeing torture at Guantanamo Bay during the Bush administration throughout the Iraq War. And then as a member of Congress supported by the Club for Growth, Club Club for China growth, as President Trump likes to call them. And so I think it's a mixture of both. I think it's a great question, but that's what happens. I really noticed this the other evening when I was listening to Kirsty Noem's speech when she was introducing President Trump, because Kirsty Noem is, a beautiful woman, a governor. She's one of the only governors that didn't lock down their state. And yet you never hear anything about Kirsty Noem's COVID response. You only hear about Ron DeSantis. And so I think it's a bit of both.
No, that's actually a really good point to bring up with Christy. She really dominated. They never shut down. So I had to bring the elephant in the room. I love Donald Trump. My producer is from Jacksonville, Florida. He actually went to gay conversion therapy that Mike Pence helped subscribe. And he said, I'm going to wear a DeSantis shirt.
I
Laura,
love DeSantis.
I do not like my producer. He's an idiot. He went to Princeton. He's the biggest dumbass I've ever met. So, Laura, please break this man down and loomer him to heaven or hell. You can choose. But loomer this little, and I'll tell you this much. He has very soft semen. He just got his wife pregnant. He's having a girl, and he wanted a boy. So you can make fun of his semen being very soft.
But
She
Laura's
looks
pretty
disgusted.
strong.
Please make fun of Jimmy.
Wow.
Roast him.
So, yeah, that's just, you have to get rid of that shirt. I saw that shirt.
Burn it on camera.
And then I was wondering because I heard before the show actually went live, or before you cued me in, I heard your co-host there say something about DeSantis, and I was like, oh my God, is he going to pit me up against another woman who supports DeSantis? But
no, I'm trying to get.
I'm a little smarter than that.
No, you remember how you argued with that lesbian Bill Mitchell?
Beauty.
You dominated Bill Mitchell. I wanted you to turn Jimmy into a lesbian like you did Bill a little bit. I mean, you really. That was the best Tim Pool episode I've watched in a long time. And I can't hardly watch a whole episode. Not against him, but I don't watch 2 hours of anything. Yeah, so Jimmy, just tell her about your gay conversion therapy and how it turned you straight.
Well, Alex signed me up for it. I didn't know he was the instructor, and it just got awkward. He just yelled at me until I got the point.
Do you think he's still a homosexual, or do you think he's fully straight now, in your opinion, Laura?
I think that all men who support Ron DeSantis are homosexuals.
All right, I guess I gotta go back.
You're gay, Jimmy. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you are gay. All right, stop showing Jimmy.
Am I allowed to ask a question or wait till later?
Okay, you can ask a question, Jimmy. Ask your stupid question.
Okay. Okay, I do genuinely. I am curious. Do you actually think that Casey DeSantis might have been exaggerated
Shut up,
cancer?
Jimmy. Do not ask anything about Casey DeSantis,
No,
you idiot.
it's a legitimate question.
No, Jimmy, shut up. Everybody knows Ron DeSantis is gay, dude. We're not having.
Listen, what I said about Jill DeSantis, and I call her Jill because Jill is her real name, is I do believe that they are exploiting her previous cancer diagnosis, which I do believe has been over exaggerated for the sake of scoring sympathy votes and appealing to suburban women. I think that her husband desperately, needs a personality transplant, and they have a record of bringing up her cancer diagnosis every single time he faces scrutiny from the MAGA base. A perfect example of this is when Ron DeSantis had an interview on NBC News about a month or so ago, and they asked him if he believes that Joe Biden is the legitimate president and if the election was stolen. And he said that the election was not stolen. And we know that the election was stolen, and yet then they pivoted into talking about her cancer because he's using his wife as a human shield to cover up his own lack of likability, and his own, I guess you could call it just blatant flip-flopping when it comes to policies. He lied to the America First base. He pretended to be somebody that he wasn't. He pretended to be a Trump ally. And as we know, he doesn't believe in anything that the MAGA America First base believes in. And so if you care about integrity and you like people who keep their word, you should probably go home tonight and burn that T-shirt. Yeah.
Thank you, Laura. All
Okay.
right. Yes.
Let's talk about Nazis.
No, Jimmy, do not say
the
Nazi on the stream. Okay, stop showing Jimmy. Jimmy's pissing me off. Okay, Laura, I want you to, you have carte blanche to say whatever, do whatever to Jimmy. After this show, I'm probably going to strangle him. Only till he passes out, and then I'm going to leave him on a place where he's very likely to get sexually assaulted. And he's going to like it. So, Laura.
Where in Florida did you move to?
I live in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, nice.
Where in Florida
That's
do you
one
live?
of the Democrat areas. That's Broward County, and
Yeah.
so that's probably one of the more corrupt areas. But it's nice. I mean, you're young and you're beautiful, and so you probably would enjoy South Florida a lot more than places like Central Florida. And for your career, if you're still doing modeling, I'm sure
I play a
South
lot
Florida.
of golf, so there's a lot of golf in South Florida. But I mean, I grew up mostly going to Jacksonville, St. Augustine. I have family up there.
Duval.
Oh, I'm from there.
Shut up, Jimmy. Come here, White Darius. White Darius has to ask you something. Hurry. You say you're gonna use my mic.
Okay. Okay.
This is White Darius. He works for me. He's an unregistered sex offender. We haven't been able to register him yet because he hasn't been caught. What do you want to say? Hurry.
Okay. So the main guy of the Fed group, Christopher Foltas of the Nazi whatever thing is. His family owns retail businesses and has marijuana farms all over Ohio, Maryland, Delaware, and Orlando, the exact same places where all these Adam Waffen attacks went down. And why has there not been as much emphasis on this Fed as other Feds?
Okay, get out of here. Fine. Is that a good question or not, Laura? I can't tell. I don't even know. All these people that work for me, they're all self-sabotaging. They all want to sabotage me, so I don't trust anybody. So was that a good question or not?
Well, I was more focused on the other individual, Kent Boneface McClellan, the guy who had all the tattoos on his face, because he's the one who was arrested in 2012 by the FBI for terrorism. And so the reason I highlighted him is because, you have this really strange situation in which an individual was charged with terrorism, and then 2 years later, they're not in prison, but instead they're being utilized as an intelligence asset to go overseas to Ukraine to join Nazi militias and fight against the Russians and basically do the dirty work of the United States government during this proxy war between Russia and Ukraine. And the fact that they're able to operate freely, and now they're trying to, have these Nazi marches throughout the state of Florida, which then are being used to attack people like President Trump and conservatives who they then blame these Nazi rallies on. The reality is that the individuals who attended this rally, including Christopher Pohlhaus, who your producer mentioned, they're Biden supporters. There's a video clip of these Nazis actually saying that they support Joe Biden because of his policies to send money overseas to Ukraine along with rockets.
I know you got to be really fearless to go start filming these neo-Nazis. That main guy, they were saying some of the most disgusting stuff to you. Did you ever feel like you were in danger at all, Laura?
Well, I had just got done getting my hair done, and I was driving back, and then I looked out my window and I saw all these Nazis. And as you know, I'm Jewish. And so I thought to myself, I wonder if it's a good idea. I wonder if it's safe for me to go pull over by myself on the side of the road and, go talk to these Nazis, and are they going to throw me into traffic? Or what happens if there's somebody with road rage driving by who decides to drive their car into all these people because they just can't control themselves? Am I going to be collateral damage? But I just decided that the video clip was, of public interest, and that the virality of the clip and the public interest in finding out who these people are was of higher value than, I know this is going to sound really screwed up, but than my own personal safety. And so I decided to pull over on the side of the road to get the story, because these images are so damaging, and they're used over and over again by the media to create false narratives, as we've seen. And they will lie. They're shameless. And you even saw representatives like Florida State Representative Anna Eskamani, who's a Democrat who endorsed Joe Biden, who lives in that area near Altamont Springs where this took place. And you see her immediately tweeting saying, this is a result of right-wing extremism. These are right-wingers, and they're probably supporting Trump. And it's like, actually, they're on video saying that they support Joe Biden. Yet the mainstream media, right, if I had not been there to report this information, it would be all over the front of CNN and MSNBC and all these other news networks. And they'd be talking about how, oh, look at these Nazis supporting
They're MAGA
Trump.
extremists.
Yeah, that's what they would call them.
I hope you're taking proper precautions and doing training, or, I mean, obviously you live in Florida, you're able to carry, so I really hope you are.
Yeah.
That's what's so funny, though, is you would think that I would be able to carry, but the reality is I actually got red flagged by the FBI. I had a gun, and then I was secretly put on the FBI NICS list, and I only found out after I tried to get a concealed carry when I had already owned a weapon, right, that I obtained in the state of Florida. And so you see the weaponization of government and the way that they target me, and they did the same thing to my former employer, James O'Keefe. O'Keefe. But no, I actually can't carry. And so they've put me in a dangerous position. But that's one of the reasons why we desperately need President Trump back in the White House, because he's going to end the weaponization of government. And it's incredible that if you watch the police body camera video footage that I released regarding this Nazi terrorist, and of course I was able to obtain this exclusively. They didn't just give it to me. They don't want this footage out there. You actually hear the officers describing Boneface as armed and dangerous. So why is a Nazi who was arrested and charged with actual terrorism, who is listed as a member of a terrorist organization by the FBI for legitimately being a terrorist, allowed to carry a gun, but I'm not allowed to carry a gun, right? So,
and then, oh, we're supposed to take away the guns from, you know, all the good people and just leave the criminals on the street with guns. Welcome to New Mexico.
All the criminals are definitely handing their guns right away as soon as they make it illegal.
Of course.
Here's my gun, Mr. Officer. No, I mean,
well,
Laura, it's dangerous.
Here in the state of Florida, Governor DeSantis has actually supported police departments like the Miami Police Department that actually has a gun buyback program, and they're sending those guns. Usually when you have a gun buyback program, you get money in exchange for turning your guns in. And sometimes this is done as a way to incentivize people to turn in things like AR-15s, right? It's a really stupid thing to do. But what they do is they are now in the state of Florida buying back people's guns, and they're shipping them to Ukraine, to war zones. So you have to have congressional authorization to declare war. And yet Ron DeSantis is allowing for these police departments to send weapons to a war zone. And these weapons, of course, are being used by Ukrainians and probably Ukrainian Nazi militiamen in Azov battalion to murder civilians and to murder Russians. And you know, people will say things like, oh, Ron DeSantis is Trump without the baggage. No, Ron DeSantis is a warmonger. Okay, Ron DeSantis is a neocon globalist who is pro-war. He's supported by people like former Ambassador John Bolton, who was fired by President Trump for being what he called one of the dumbest people he's ever met. And Donald Trump wants to end the war. He said that one of the first things that he would do upon winning re-election for a third time is end the Ukraine-Russia war by negotiating a peace deal. And we know that he's able to do that because
do that right away. Okay. Right away. It's not hard.
I know that would be so easy to just stop all these wars. They can negotiate that. But because you got to go here in a second. So this is I have a question, and my dumbass producer wants to ask you another question. But let's be real. You know what happened in the first election. Nobody trusts the results of that. Don't you think they're going to do the same thing with whoever the Republican candidate, even if it is DeSantis? Do you really think that we're going to have a fair and true, results in the upcoming 2024 election?
Look, I think that the Republican Party has certainly not done enough to address all of the fraud. We've seen that they've done nothing to implement measures to combat mail-in ballot fraud. They haven't sued any of the big tech social media companies that have deplatformed a sitting United States president and people like myself and millions of others, right? So we still have a lot of issues in this country. But I do believe that people are waking up, and I think that the awareness regarding election rigging and fraud in this country is at an all-time high, and it's going to be up to people to be vigilant themselves and to get to the polls and to be aware of ways that they can try to combat fraud, because we certainly cannot count on the Republican Party to do anything.
What's a way they can combat fraud?
Yeah.
I mean, if they're showing, look at what happened in Arizona. People were showing up. They were trying to vote. And look at where we are now. So
how do you combat
what is the
it?
answer to it? I mean, with the Dominion voting system, are we even going to have an election this year?
I think we will have the election, yeah, but a lot of people are saying we won't.
Those are all very important questions.
Yeah, I know they're hard to answer. I mean, we're all
and they're very hard to answer, as you said, because the reality is the Republicans haven't done anything. And so your questions are 100% legitimate. They're questions that I have as well. But the answer is we'll see, right? As Donald Trump always says, we'll see, because really, what has changed? Nothing has changed. There hasn't been any changes made, and we have, the same voting machines. There aren't many states that have outlawed drop boxes or Zuckerbucks, and even if they do outlaw Zuckerbucks, I mean, they did outlaw them in the state of Florida. You're just going to have groups like CEIR that received $69.5 million in Zuckerbucks anyway, try to call them something else, right? They'll just change the name, and then technically speaking, they're not using Zuckerbucks, right? So there's going to be all types of dark money from big tech, as we've seen. Big tech is still one of the largest donors to the Democrat Party, and we still have states using the ERIC system. We still have states using Zuckerbucks, and we still have mail-in ballot fraud. And as you just saw this last week, the Biden administration is trying to reinstitute lockdowns. They're trying to create another pandemic scare.
I want him to bring it back. I want a $1,400 check.
I mean, we all heard what Tucker Carlson was saying with, you know, we're not going to have lockdowns.
My biological stepfather, Tucker Carlson, plays on this show.
Oh, sorry, your biological stepfather. Yeah. Do you think we're going to actually, I mean, I know we're at war with Russia. I know that. But do you think it's going to become a bigger incident than it already is instead of lockdowns? Do you think that will be their next move?
I do think it's going to become a bigger incident. And as I reported exclusively this week, I think the reason why they don't want to release the January 6th footage is because, as I just reported this week, the FBI has evidence that Ukrainian spy operatives, especially one particular spy operative by the name of Sergei Dubinin, actually entered and penetrated the Capitol under the guise as a cameraman and a member of a media company in Ukraine called 1+1. And this company is actually owned by Ukrainian oligarch Igor Kolomenky, who was just arrested this last week on charges of fraud. And who is Igor Kolomenky? Well, Igor Kolomenky happens to be one of the largest stakeholders in Burisma, right? The Ukrainian energy company at the center of the Hunter Biden laptop scandal. And so why are United States citizens and people like Enrique Tarrio of the Proud Boys or Owen Schroyer of InfoWars Today?
Yeah, Owen Schroyer. I even put that in the teleprompter to have that, but I mean, it's fine. I'm saying
it's in there.
2 months. Owen Schroyer, I can't believe 60 days in jail.
It's awful. Absolutely awful.
Ridiculous. And he didn't even go in the Capitol.
60 days in prison or 22 years in prison like Enrique Tarrio got. But they don't even want to tell us about these Ukrainian spies that entered the Capitol. And so nobody was reporting on this until I reported it a few days ago. And even then, people still don't want to talk about it. And when you think of that, that's actually an act of war, Alex. That's an act of war by Ukraine against the United States of America.
Of course. And I bet it wasn't just Ukraine, though, Laura. I bet it was other foreign countries were storming the Capitol, too. But I mean, obviously, Ukraine had, a lot of weight in it, but they loved it.
Well, the reason I bring up Ukraine is because now with these Ukrainians and these Nazis who are being used to recruit, they're being used as federal assets to recruit other Nazis to go fight overseas in Ukraine. And then we go and we look at the fact that, Ron DeSantis's rapid response director is Christina Pushaw, who's tied to Ukraine, bragging about being at Zelensky's election night.
What? Wait, Christina, I didn't realize she's tied to the Ukraine. I heard you.
They
tweet
all
that.
are tied to the
weird.
Ukraine.
Okay,
all of them. Common denominator.
Okay, Laura, we'll leave that at a cliffhanger. Christina Pushaw is connected to the Ukraine. That'll be a good clip for the internet. And now, Laura, say where the people can find you and support you, and then I want you to cuss out Jimmy before you go. So how can we find you and support you?
Well, I'm back on Twitter. I'm still banned everywhere else because all the big tech companies hate me. So you can follow me on Twitter and Getter, Truth Social, and Gab at Laura Loomer. And then you can also subscribe to my Substack. That's lauraloomer.substack.com, where I publish all of these reports. I'll be publishing another report tomorrow about the Ukrainian spy penetration of our capital. And also follow me on Rumble. And you can subscribe to my channel because in the coming weeks, I'll be making some really exciting announcements.
Yes, we're looking forward to those announcements. And also, guys, Laura's gained nearly 300,000 Twitter followers, I think, in the last 6 months. So her Twitter account is on fire. Make sure to go find that. Now, Jimmy, we got to let her go because we got to get to the end of the show. But what do you want to say?
Well, just degrade me. We don't have time for my question.
Yeah, will you please say something? And he did go to gay conversion therapy.
Yeah. Just give me your best.
Well, look, I do believe in freedom of speech, and so it is your right to wear that horrendous T-shirt. But I do think that you should try to save yourself before Ron DeSantis ends up having to drop out of the race.
Jimmy, tell her you were a virgin till you were 30 years old. He already saved himself. Tell the story real quick, Jimmy.
I mean, that's it was 29. I got married when I was 29.
And he was a virgin the whole way, Laura.
I waited for marriage. I was one of those guys.
Yeah, that's called being a closet homosexual, Jimmy. Not that there's anything wrong with it.
But I'm having a baby now, so I did it at least once.
A lot of gay men have babies. Barack Obama had 2 somehow with Mike Obama. So shut up, Jimmy. A baby doesn't mean shit anymore. Okay, Laura, we love you. Thank you for making fun of Jimmy.
Laura, it was great talking to you. You're absolutely brilliant. Big
Bree
fan.
loves you. I love you.
It was great talking to you too, and I'm so sorry to hear about what happened to you. But I'm sure
you'll have bigger things happen.
I'm sure you'll have a lot of professional success regardless. So I wish you the best.
I wish you the best, and I pray for your safety.
And I wish you two would shut up. It's my show. All right. No, I'm just kidding. You guys are allowed to say whatever.
Grab that knife.
Yeah, you can stab me with that. No, I'm kidding. Laura, I love you. Bree, I love you. You great. You girls are great. All right, Laura, thank you for coming on. We'll talk to you again soon. Please, don't be a stranger.
I'm going to slide into your DMs.
I'm going to slide into it too. And actually, will you tell Laura that Bree once slid into my DMs, Laura? A lot of people won't believe that I've had a hot girl slide in my DMs.
I'm
But
sure a lot of people want Bri to slide into their DMs.
she slid into mine. I actually won the DM lottery. She slid in for home plate. She's getting a home run. Whatever the cliches are, she slid, and I have proof. So I'm a pimp on a blimp. All right, Laura, you're a pimp on a blimp too. You are too, Bree.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 All right, folks, that was a great Laura Loomer. Now, Bree, I'm sorry, we went a little long, but we have you here.
I like talking to her. She's amazing.
Luckily, we have you here all week, so we can really dive deep. But we put out a call to ask the fans if they had a question for you, or if they even want to shoot their shot, just say anything. And we got a lot of responses. And we're not going to be able to get through all of them tonight, but let's play a couple of them. So, Jimmy, which one do you have keyed up for us?
Fan 1.
Fan 1.
Happy 9/11, Bree. It's the Riz God himself, Monolith, host of HCB. I want to ask you if you're going to be at M-Fest, Phoenix, Arizona, on December 16th, because I'm looking for some hot babe to come with me to get some Puerto Rican food.
So,
I recommend my iconic mofongo.
Mofongo?
Yeah, so are you interested in Monolithic's mofongo?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Never been to Memphis.
That's not a no. I like
not a
that.
no.
That's not a no. Okay, so monofungo, I hope that's not a venereal disease. I don't know what that is, but we will do some research before we agree to any.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, never heard of it. Doesn't mean we're
Try
saying
everything
no.
once.
It's a maybe. She will try anything once. Okay, next fan video.
Hey Bree, I've been a big fan of yours. I've been following you on IG for a while. You look so damn pretty. You look like a woman who I'd like to marry and then divorce.
Okay, I'm a wifey for life. I'm not a
Wifey for lifey.
Divorce.
She's a wifey for life.
I don't really believe in divorce. Marriage is a one-time thing, so that's a no.
Ooh, I like that. So if I marry you, you can't leave me ever. Is that what you're saying?
You just gotta sign a prenup.
Oh, well, luckily I'm in horrible debt, so that actually benefits me getting in a prenuptial agreement because you'll get to take on a lot of my debt, thus helping me out financially. Okay, so video number 3.
Hello, Bree. I spent many hours looking at your internet profiles. Are you into spicy tikka masala? I have spicy sauce. I'd like to give you.
Okay, this is super funny because I did speech debate in high school, and my first crush was an Indian guy that I used to go to tournaments with, and he asked me to prom, and then I went to prom with him, but he wasn't allowed to take me because his family didn't approve, and he left me at prom.
What?
He literally left, and then I remember we took photos, and he kept them for years. He texted me, and he was like, "Sorry, I had to leave. My mom found out."
This is like a movie. So you're telling me the one nerdy Indian kid finally just go with a hot babe to prom, and then he left you at prom?
Yeah, I don't have the best luck, I'm telling you.
Wow, I'd say so.
Yeah. Katie, my sister over there, she loves Indian food.
Ooh, yeah, Katie. I don't know if we can say Katie.
I have never had Indian food before.
Well, you never had any tikka masala?
No.
You probably wouldn't like it. It'd give you diarrhea. I wouldn't eat it. Unless you like diarrhea. Some people like it. Julia, show her in the shake weight. No, shake weight. No, please, this is an exercise show. Let me show you. This is how we work out. No, you're doing it. It's like this, Bree.
You got to use both hands.
You got to use
my muscles.
Both hands.
Muscle looks good. You kind of use both hands and then you shake it. Yeah, that's good.
Your turn.
Chat rats, guys. Woo, this is a workout show. Jimmy, one more workout session just for the folks at home. They love exercise. Is it exercise?
No, it's a fitness show.
This is a fitness show, Bree. This is Getting Fit with Alex and Bree. Now it's your turn, Bree, to get fit.
Do you work out?
Yeah, I do. Not very hard, but I do. I was at boxing today. Jimmy, she doesn't believe that I worked out.
No, he actually has been trying to get in shape for boxing.
Look what
you know what? I feel like you've lost weight.
I have.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
She's definitely a fad.
Hey, I have lost some weight because you know why? Bree, if I can find these damn pictures. This is from today. Look, this is me boxing. I'm in the gym right now. You guys can't see this, but crap, if I can.
Alex, our show's running high. You can't spend time to impress the Fed.
That doesn't look great, but this is me boxing today.
I think I could beat you up.
Yeah, you probably could. I mean, you're tough and strong, but look, that's me fighting, Bree. Okay, you guys can't see this, but I'm showing her my boxing videos because I'm a pimp on a blimp. All right, now, Jimmy.
We got 2 more.
Oh, we want to do the. Okay, let's do
this is my time, Alex.
This is your
Leave
time.
me alone.
I apologize, Bree. Now, fan number 4.
Bree, your arms were open when I needed a hug. You understood me when I needed a friend.
Subtitles were brutal.
What'd you think about that guy?
He's very dedicated.
He's better than the Indian. Would you rather date him or the Indian guy?
Him.
Wow.
His personality.
He did. He had a lot of personality.
Well, the other one did too. I think all of them.
They've all had pretty good. Mono, the first one was pretty good. Okay.
Personality's everything.
Personality is everything. Well, it's not everything because you got. If you're poor, even really poor, that's going to be hard to get. Right? Does that matter? Would you date a guy that's homeless?
When I was 18, I did.
Oh, well, everybody kind of does that. Did you? So you dated like he was like. Did you ever hear about?
No, he like lived in a teepee.
Well, I like that. He lived in a teepee, but
He's a mountain man.
Well, have you heard of the thing? There's guys in New York that are like, they'll go on Tinder and they'll sleep with other.
Oh, Danny Duncan used to do that.
Danny Duncan did it, yeah, where they didn't have a place to stay. They just date girls. I might have to do that one day. If this show does not get more viewers and I lose my job, I will be dating and sleeping with 300-pound women on Tinder. So be on the lookout for that for any 300.
I'm banned on Tinder.
Why?
I've been banned for years.
For
like all the dating apps. I don't know why.
Just
banned.
That's good. Less access to you. Any of you pervs out there, that is not the real Bri Teresi if you're looking at some weird profile. All right, this is the last one. Fan number 5.
Hello, Alex. My question for Bree is, which of these 2 red states during COVID, since we're talking about mandates coming back again, which of these 2 states would she had rather lived in 2020? Indiana, which was big-time lockdown, or Florida, which was free?
So I moved to Florida. I relocated to Florida in 2021.
He doesn't do his research.
That guy does not do his research, and he sent me that message. I have his name right here. His social media handle. That guy's name is Aiden Marietta.
Aiden Marietta.
And what the heck? What did he not look like he was nervous to send that video?
He looked a little nervous, but I did move from California to Florida in 2021.
So,
blue to red.
Your question was answered. All right, now, Bree, those are all the guys simping for you. We're going to be simping for Bree all week. Make sure not to miss any of our episodes Wednesday or Thursday night, 6 p.m. Central. Now, what you guys have all been waiting for, I recently filed a lawsuit against the city of Plano, a First Amendment lawsuit in federal court for limiting my First Amendment right of freedom of speech. I went back to Plano City Council last night on 9/11, RIP, Google Tower 7, to confront these corrupt politicians limiting my free speech and also serve them with a lawsuit that I've already filed in federal court. Let's play this clip.
Yeah, I just want to start off by taking a moment of silence for all the victims of 9/11, the 3,000 people here in America, and then the 1.4 million Muslims that died for weapons of mass destruction that did not exist. I also want to bring up the 28 pages redacted from the 9/11 Commission report, which does not talk about Saudi Arabia's involvement in the terror attacks. And the reason why I bring that up, because it's similar to the government corruption that I'm facing here in Plano. And that's why I handed the city secretary this lawsuit, Mayor, because I'm suing your ass, because I'm Primetime 99 Alex Stein, and you are not the arbiter of free speech. I know you think Plano is the city of excellence. It's the city of lawsuits now, bud, because I'm suing you, and I'm going to go to court, and I'm going to win, and I'm going to get Olive Garden money, because you're going to pay me, because this is my first lawsuit, because you don't even know the laws. You think that you get to supersede the First Amendment. I'm sorry to break it to you, buddy, Mayor Mons. I know your brain's not very smart, but you don't get to supersede the Constitution, buddy. And you got, what is it, Shelby Williams over there is doing song and dance. He loves to dance. Why can't I come up here and dance? Rickadelli used to do show tunes in high school, so all you guys are a bunch of theater nerds, and I come here and I try to put on a performance, and all of a sudden you get butthurt and shut me down and turn off the camera.
No, this is better than me. No, you, I didn't get my time. You turn off the camera. You turn off the camera. Dude, get off me.
the camera? It's because you're a coward, Mayor. Yeah, you guys go around, you guys like to gallivant. Look at you, Shelby. You like to be an actor, so you don't get to be the only actor in here. Primetime 99, Pimp on a Blimp. I got a show on BlazetV. I work for Glenn Beck.
Right here. We're watching the show.
What is this? A volunteer theater. I'm the real pimp on a blimp. And you're gonna understand that when I beat your butt in law. And when I sue your ass and I win, I'm coming here with so many butt naked hoes, and we're gonna be dancing and prancing. We're gonna have the loudspeaker, and you're not gonna stop me one bit, Mayor Munz. You know why? Because I'm the pimp on a blimp. You're not. What are you guys doing? Let's talk about this little video. You guys are so mad. Oh, Alex Stein's in the city council room making a funny video. Yeah, what are you guys doing for the peanut butter thing? Look at this video. Let's watch this video again. What are you guys doing? Mayor Munz, I think
this is the latest video on
the
their
Asian
Instagram.
woman, it looks like she's an athlete. The way you guys are throwing that peanut butter, did your dad ever play catch with you? So it's very hypocritical that I come in here and I try to create content in this council and you guys get all butthurt because I'm bringing up the fact that teachers are allowed to speak about disgusting things to their students. Yet if I bring up that same subject, like teachers teaching their kids about masturbation, you shut me down. I'm trying to show the hypocrisy and you fall into my trap. So Mayor Munz, I'm about to get paid and my wife and her boyfriend are gonna be able to go on that cruise that they've been wanting to go on for so long. So you can't stop my shine. I'm Primetime 99 Alex Stein. And Mayor Munz, you're gonna learn the lesson. I'm just saying, I hate to do it this way. You could just let me come up here. You let Riccadelli spend all of his free time doing show tunes. Look, I mean, Riccadelli is the show tune queen.
He did show tunes with Sarah Gonzalez, one of the hosts here.
Yet if I put on a theatrical performance, you shut me down. So you're gonna learn the hard way when we go to court. I'll see you guys in court. Thanks, Mayor Munz.
What's your initial reaction, Bree?
Honestly, the way you do things is incredible because no, you're adding humor, you're being real, you're making a huge impact. Like a bigger impact than a lot of people are. You're going to these city council meetings and
Bree, you make me feel
making moves.
You make me feel so good. Put on the goggles. Put on the goggles. Okay, Sam, we'll do a wide shot. Whenever I get really excited about something, Bree, I always do this. Ah!
I love unicorns. Why did you break that?
Ah! That's what you get for liking unicorns. All right, guys, this has been the Primetime with Alex Stein show, Bree. We break everything that you like. We break. Oh, she's breaking stuff too. Break some stuff. Jimmy, the guest never breaks up.
Hey, super chat. C Mod P says this show needs to be longer, and then Randy V said, "God bless all the heroes who were lost not only on 9/11 but during the Benghazi bombing." Bree, I'm a good alpha and Christian who isn't married. You're hot AF.
Are you vaccinated? I only date unvaccinated.
No, you date vaccinated, triple vax. If you're triple vax, she wants to date you. Okay, wait, Bree. Tell the people you've been such a great guest. We're going to be here all week. We're going to be making content. We're going to be doing new stuff on the show that you guys have never seen. So, Bree, I think you did a heck of a job. This episode is actually pretty not that crazy compared to how they normally are.
Tomorrow, let's make it crazier.
Tomorrow, are you okay with tomorrow getting crazier? Jimmy, clip this, because tomorrow's episode...
I didn't know what to expect today.
And tonight was light. We gave her a light load.
Like
yeah, we warmed you up.
Yeah, we warmed her up. So, Jimmy, kind of have her...
You didn't even assault Darius too badly.
I didn't beat up Darius today. I'm going to kick his ass tomorrow. Come here, Darius, real quick. Let me hit you real quick in front of Bree. Come here. Let me choke you out. Hurry. Okay, so this is right, Darius. This is every episode. We go like this. Get on the chair. Get off. Give me the knife.
Hey, get off the chair. Get off the chair. Don't break the chair. Don't break the chair.
I don't care if he's on the chair.
Okay, no, that's an expensive chair. We got to talk about it.
It's Restoration Hardware, Jimmy, but give me my knife. Bree wouldn't hand me the knife. I can't do anything without my knife. This is the most important, my blade. Ooh, I love this blade. Have you ever seen a man die on camera?
Oh my God.
Have you ever seen a man die, Bree? Bree, get this glass cleaner. Have you ever used Windex?
Okay,
spray him.
I'll do it.
Spray him with the glass cleaner.
Spray him, Bree. Get a good shot of it, Sam.
More glass cleaner. More
140, red 140.
Hit him with a baby. Hit him with a baby. All right. So, guys, this is Bree and I's baby. Show him.
TV says yes, he's vaccinated. He's vaccinated.
I didn't cheat on him. This is
what our beautiful family's gonna look like after this week together. So, Bree, thank you for being such a great sport. Guys, we end the show the same way every time. Is it time for the freestyle finale? All right, everybody, get on set. Come on, Big Nasty.
What are we doing?
Dancing around. Fix the chair, White Darius. It's prime time. I'm Bri Teresi. Now you know I'm in the VIP because I'm with Big Nasty. And he's got some double D's, and I'm not talking about her titties. He's got some big bumps on his chest. Bri Teresi does it the best. She's a golfer and a model. I don't care if you drink the bottle of the liquor. You're getting sicker. Jimmy, don't ever. What? Bottle. Say it. Go.
Fellas.
Keep rapping.
Look, you got the Fed DeSantis over there.
Keep going.
You got
flowing.
DeSantis 2024.
Leaves anymore. Just got no vibe. You guys know style. Bang, bang, bang. Some random reference to vagina. Black men speak a few times. I can't keep them on.
Was that an accent?
Yeah, that was
like Irish.
Yeah, that was very bizarre. We come next to stand next.
I only drink Pride beer.
Yeah.
All right.
Usually I blow them up though.
All right. So tomorrow, Bree, I hope you're ready. This man is gonna die live on camera. So this is the last moment we're ever gonna spend together. Is that a threat? Hands in on 3. 1, 2, 3, blaze. 1, 2, 3, blaze. That's been our show. Good night. I love you.